y'all. Welcome back to the Relocated RN. Before I get into this video, I just want to pause to thank you all so much for the support and love that I've already started to get on this channel already. Like, I am really so grateful for each of you that took the time to view the video. It was just an introductory video, and I can already feel the energy building, and so I'm that much more inspired to continue creating content for you. I just thank you all for each of you that would have invested the time to sit and listen to me. One of a series of videos just talking about how to prepare for a move, whether it's relocating to another country or just in general, like what does it take for you to get up from where you are and move to another place for a betterment, for a better life, to live your life to the fullest, to live your life with intention. And in this video, I'm mostly talking about like the mental preparation that it takes to start the process of relocating or making a move in your life. So let's get into the video. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Sometimes we get to different places in our lives and we just kind of know that it's time for a change. It's time for a move. It could be, getting a new job in the same island or in the same country. It could be starting a business of your own. It could be, all sorts of things, something that you have a desire to do that is outside of the place that you are at now. That is what relocation is. Like, it's moving from one location to another place, and more than just that. Like, you have to physically, mentally, even financially prepare for a move. Whenever you're relocating or making a move, it usually is a leap of faith. That's just what it is, okay? And we all know that, like the Bible says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things you cannot see. A lot of times you don't always know what's on the other end. You don't understand. You don't have all of the answers, but you do have a desire. That desire is not always off the top of your head. It's really off the top of your head. You have to understand that your life is a part of a bigger plan. It's all a part of God's bigger purpose. When I made the decision or started thinking about relocating, I had to kind of figure out my why. And so I suggest that you, whether you relocating, starting a business, starting a new venture, whatever it is, figure out your why. It's important for you to figure out your why. And I know that sounds cliche because people always say, figure out your why, but you really do need to know what is the reason why you're doing what you're doing. So it can't be that everybody else is doing it, although everybody else might be doing it, but that's still not going to be enough for you to push through and work through the challenges and setbacks that you may encounter on your journey to wherever it is that you're going. So for me, like I said from the introductory video, I always had a desire to practice in the United States. That was always a long time dream of mine. Like, from my early in my nursing career, I kind of realized that I felt like there was more than what I was experiencing. And so I just wanted to know what it was. I wanted to experience some of those things that I read about in the nursing books. In nursing school, they say, okay, this is how you're supposed to be doing these particular skills, or this is the proper way. But when you got into the real world, it was so far from the reality of what I was taught. It was somewhat frustrating. And I'm sure to my fellow nurses, you may feel the same way. And not only just nurses, like a lot of persons find themselves, they're trained in a particular skill, and then when they get into the practice in especially in like third world countries. Yes, y'all, the Bahamas is a third world country where they just simply don't have the resources to execute and perform at a particular level. It can be very frustrating and discouraging. speaking to other nurses, like in the hospital that I work, I learned that over time they all started to change. Like and I started to wonder, like, what could have caused them to become so despondent or so discouraged in the profession that I'm sure that they may have started out loving. And I was a nurse, like I said, for 11 years in the Bahamas, and like I think maybe around the seventh year I started feeling some of those same feelings that I heard other nurses complain about, like, oh, things aren't going to get better, or this is just the way it is. And it was unfortunate, but I think so many times you find persons who they feel that way, but they don't want to move, like they don't want to change. They'll stay in that rut, or they'll stay in a place of discouragement. And I knew I had to move. I was a clinical preceptor in the Bahamas as well, so I worked along with new, fresh nurses, and I think that that helped me along the way, because I always saw that passion, like that fresh, new passion that comes when you start in a new career. I found that even the new nurses were coming in and they were feeling discouraged already, like their first few weeks on the job, they were already ready to go. And I was like, who would have polluted them to this point? Fortunate, but it's persons that were discouraged and didn't make any preparation to do anything else. Like, sis, bro, if it ain't working out, do something else. Listen, you got options. I got options. And that's what I kind of realized. I realized that I got options. Okay, you got options. Yes, you may have started out in a particular career, but if it ain't working out for you, sis, it's time to relocate. It's time to move. Relocation is not just a big move like how I moved to a whole nother country. It could be just trying out something else that you're passionate about. And I just started to do a bit of reflection on how short life is, and you cannot live your life with regret. Like, don't let fear of failure stop you from trying. And that's really mentally, in order for you to relocate, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind in the right frame of mind, if that makes sense. Get your mind in the right frame of mind, because does the possibility outweigh the process? I know my real view can't compare to what God will do in my life. And when you find that you have a desire to do a particular thing, it is not only for you, and it shouldn't only be for you. And for me, that was definitely something that I realized early in the game. You have to see the possibility of greatness in order to start to make a move. My husband and I sat down and started having that dialogue and talking about what are the possibilities of us moving to the United States. But this is the land of opportunity. And not just the opportunity for me as a nurse, it's the land of opportunity for everybody. So I started to think about possibility of a different job, different career that my husband could embark on. Then I thought about the possibilities for my children, scholarships, the NBA, the NFL, all these different possibilities that people are coming from all parts of the world to the United States for those same opportunities. And I didn't want to live my life with the regret of not trying, honestly. And so for you, that might be all you need to get started, to start the process. Do your research. I talk to people that have already moved, I was able to get some insight. It helps you, and it not only helps you like in terms of giving you guidance, but it also builds your faith. It gives you the confidence because if this is a person that you know and they were able to do it, like what make them special? And honestly, that's the attitude that I had to develop. Once I apply myself, I could do it. So that is the faith in yourself and the confidence in knowing that I could do all things through Christ which strengthens me. So I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what energy and effort it takes for me to complete a particular task. I'm going to do what I need to do. You got to look at the process. How do I move to the United States? How do I move to Canada? What are the requirements? So for me, it was the NCLEX. We all want to hear, how was the NCLEX experience for me? I did pass my NCLEX in 75 questions. And so there's going to be some content on that, some tips and tricks that I use. I'm no expert, but I will be sharing those things on this channel as well. But do your research, like look up what it is you want to do, and then devise a plan. Be intentional, be strategic. Okay, so one, you want to do like physical research, going online, typing up how to move to the States, what is required as a to practice as a registered nurse or LPN or whatever it is you're coming as. And then you also want to talk to people that are either in the process or that have completed the process. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to even do this YouTube channel, is because some people are shy. Some people don't really know if people are going to be honest and transparent with them about their process. For me, I'm all about helping people. So I don't have a problem being open and transparent about what I did. But I did talk to a lot of people that as soon as I learned that somebody was moving or making a transition, I would ask them like how was it? Or, what did you do? What did you have to do? And in fact, it was one of my colleagues that kind of persuaded me to make this move. I did try to do the make this move outside of an agency and failed. And so I'm going to do a video about that. Do your research so you have the right frame of mind. You know what you're going to be up against. Of course, there's going to be a whole lot of unexpected things like COVID-19, which was a part of my story. Nobody saw that coming. The world didn't even see that one coming. But hey, we were still able to push through even that, like even a whole pandemic. And now we are here living in the very dream that we started so long ago. So figure out your why. Write down your why. Think it through. Be intentional about it. Figure out what it is. Why does you want to do? Because believe it or not, that has been the most frequent question that I have gotten since I've been practicing here in the United States. That's the first thing. Strangers, patients, colleagues, what made you do? What made you come here? And it can't be about the money. Got to be more than just the money. Of course, we can talk about those coins. We're going to definitely talk about those coins. But it can't be only that. Got to be more than that. So get started. Don't wait. Do not wait. Life is too short for you to wait. So that's what it takes. Faith and confidence. So you could do it. If others did it, trust me, you smarter than them. Or maybe just as smart. Maybe just as smart. But why can't you? Why can't you? Tell me. Why? Oh, I didn't think so. So that's where you start. Get your mind in the right place. Do your research. Come back to this channel because, baby, this is going to be a resource, baby. I'm here to help you, okay? I will be here to help you. But I hope that you were inspired to just get started. That is where you start. You get your mind in the right place, get started, come up with a plan, be intentional, and the sky's the limit. Thank you all for staying to the end. Bye. From faith to faith,